Are you interested in classical literature? Well, here are 5 essential texts for you. Next up, sticking with ancient Greece, but jumping ahead a couple centuries, is the Antigone by Sophocles. Sophocles was a playwright and a director, and wrote in a number of genres, but is best known for their tragedies. A number of these, like Oedipus Rex, have entered the cultural bloodstream, but my favorite is Sophocles' Antigone, which in some ways it's similar to the Odyssey, Homer's Odyssey, in that it follows the aftermath of a war, particularly of a civil war, and what it means to clean up after a war, and the complicated moral and ethical problems and dilemmas that arise. The focus is on the character of Antigone, who's a daughter, one of the 2 daughters of Oedipus. The other one's Iphigenia. Jocasta, I think, was their mom, who's also Oedipus's own mom, so their grandma is their mom as well. Antigone wants to avenge her brother who died on the battlefield and wants to go out and bury him, but Antigone's uncle, Creon, who was Jocasta's brother, he became king when Oedipus blinded himself and went into exile. So that's kind of part of the backstory here too. But Antigone, she wanted to go and bury her brother. I can't remember his name. His corpse was just lying out there being eaten by birds and such. But Creon made it illegal in the city for the corpses of the defeated, what he saw as rebels or treasonous, you know, the side who lost the Civil War, to bury them, that they just basically had to be left out there. So Antigone, on the one hand, had to reconcile her devotion to her brother and her love for her brother and her need to bury him and her love and attachment to him as a family and as a sibling, to and against her devotion not to her uncle but to her king, and the idea of herself as a law-abiding subject of the city who's bound by these laws, even if one finds the laws unjustified or wrong. It's a classical case of moral conflict. A lot of philosophers throughout history have focused on that conflict, like, for example, Hegel. Hegel has a treatment of that you also see there in the Phenomenology of Spirit, focuses on this quite a bit in terms of the development of civil law and of civil consciousness and of a different sort of phase in the dialectical process of spirits unfolding in history, that this is an example of where you see this sort of tract, this emergence of a new legal order that isn't based on familial relation, but on an imposed belonging to a state or a city. It's almost like nationalism. And it ends, I won't give away the ending, but it's pretty brutal, and it, you got to read it to find out. If you like this video and want to see more, remember to subscribe and like. Thanks for watching. We'll see you for the next one of these, and bye-bye.